Okay, let's go over example 1, which is solving an inequality using addition. And this is part of chapter 7, section 6, solving inequalities using addition or subtraction. Problem A says to solve x minus 3 is greater than 1, and then we need to graph the solution. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a line down the middle of our inequality, and the middle is our greater than symbol. We want to get x by itself, so that means we need to do the inverse of subtraction, which is addition. And we're going to add 3 to both sides because we have x minus 3. So we want to get rid of that 3. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. So our left 3, well, negative 3 and then plus 3, well, that's 0. So these 3's cancel out. They're gone. But we still have x on the left side. X is greater than. Now let's solve the right side. We have 1 plus 3, which is 4. Now we get to graph it. So we just have the greater than symbol, so our circle should not be filled in. And our circle is at 4. Now let's decide which way our arrow needs to point. Let's see, x is greater than 4, so that means our arrow is going to go to the right. Oops, that's not an arrow, that's a giant circle. That means our arrow is going to go to the right of 4. There we go, that's better. Okay, so that means that any number greater than 4 is a solution to our inequality. So for example, if we said that x equaled 5, 5 is greater than 4, so that would be a solution. Let's say x equaled 100. Well, 100 is greater than 4, so that is also a solution. Okay, let's look at problem B. It says solve x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 4 and graph the solution. So again, the very first thing I'm going to do is to draw a line down the middle of my inequality, and the middle is the greater than or equal to symbol. We want to get x by itself, so we're going to do the inverse or opposite of subtraction, which is addition. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. All right, on the left side, negative 6 plus 6, that's 0, so these 6's, they cancel each other out, they're gone, and we just have x on the left side. And x is greater than or equal to, let's solve the right side. Let's see, 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, now let's graph that. Okay, we have a greater than or equal to symbol, so that means that my circle is going to be filled in, meaning that 10 is a solution to the inequality because it says greater than or equal to. Keyword equal to, so if we substituted 10 for x, 10 is greater than or equal to 10 because 10 is equal to 10. Okay, but which way does our line need to go? Does our arrow need to go? Well, x is greater than or equal to, so greater than means to the right on our number line. Okay, let's check out letter C. It says solve x minus 2 greater than 3 and graph the solution. Okay, let's draw a line down the middle of our inequality, which is the greater than symbol. We're going to get x by itself. So that means we are going to add 2 to both sides. Looking at the left side of our inequality, negative 2 plus 2, those cancel out. It's 0. So we just have x on the left. X is greater than, and on the right side, 3 plus 2 is 5. Now let's graph it. This is going to be an open circle, not filled in, because we just have the greater than symbol, meaning that 5 is not a solution. Okay, and let's see, that looks kind of not that shaded. Let's make that a little thicker, I think. There we go. And x is greater than 5. So our arrow is going to go to the right on our number line, which 5 is the end of my number line, but I'm just going to draw a little arrow after, meaning that anything greater than 5 is a solution. Okay, let's look at problem D. 10 is greater than or equal to x minus 1. Graph the solution. So even though x is on the right side of my inequality, that's okay. We're still going to solve for x. Whereas before, x has always been on the left side of our inequality. But to start out with, I'm going to draw a line down the middle. And we're going to solve for x. So that means we need to get rid of this minus 1. So we're going to add 1 on both sides. Okay, let's look at the left side of our inequality. 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 is greater than or equal to and then let's look at the right side. We have x minus 1 and then plus 1, so negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So those cancel out. And we just have x on the right side. Okay, since our inequality is a greater than or equal to, 11 is a solution, so we can fill in our circle at 11. Okay, and then which way does our arrow go? Well, x is less than or equal to 11, so our arrow is going to go to the left. Now, if you noticed on my number lines, most of them are a little different. A and C are the same number line. But for B, I counted by 5s, and 0 is not in the middle, and that's okay. It's just so that you have the number that you need to graph on your number line. Or if you look at problem D, I counted by 2s, but I started at 7, 9, 11, 13, so they're not multiples of 2, but I still counted by 2. So whatever you need to do so that your number line includes the number that you need to graph, I'm okay with it.